Hey guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. Today will be a full complete tutorial video on the MG4 charging information. In this video, I'll show you how to charge the MG4, how to disconnect the charger from the MG4, and how to set up everything on the MG4 electric vehicle. As always, you can find the timestamps down below for you to skip forward if you wish to. This video should be helpful if you're looking to purchase the MG4 or if you're currently owning an MG4. As always, if you're looking to purchase the MG4 in Auckland, New Zealand, make sure you contact me. I work for MG East Auckland under the EBIT group. And don't forget to subscribe and like down below if you find this video helpful. Let's turn the camera around and get started. Unlike the MG ZSEV, you do not need to do anything with the vehicle before you go into charge. So only one thing you need to do is probably get the car into park and make sure your handbrake is on. It's pretty standard, obviously. Even if your vehicle is running, even if someone gets out on the passenger door, which I've already tried, then the motor is still running, the ready sign on the dashboard is still displayed. You plug into the charger, it's gonna switch off the high voltage battery, which is your main motor, and then start charging. So it's not gonna give you any problems or give you any headaches. All right, before you start charging, you want to unlock the charging cover. If the vehicle is fully locked, you cannot open the charging cover at all. So what you want to do, you want to make sure the safe central locking is disengaged, then press this cover to unlock. There's actually one extreme situation. If I lock the car right now, you can see all the doors, including the boot, is fully locked. I'm gonna go that in, then that doesn't lock itself. That means even if the doors are fully locked, I can still open this up because I push this back in after the central locking is engaged. What you want to do, you want to unlock the doors and then close this, then lock again, so that no one have access to your charging cover. But it's not that important, it's just a small detail. Now the charging cover is open, I'll show you how to do the AC charge, which is your Type 2 cable. So the Type 2 cable, that's either come with the vehicle with the trickle charge, or you can go to the charging station or install AC charge unit at home with 7 kilowatts or 11 kilowatts, depends on the spec you're looking for. So now we want to plug it in. Since the other side is connected, it is switched on the electricity. This will show the blue light first. That means it's trying to connect. There we go. We hear the locking ping. That means the pin is locked. No one can pull this out while it's on charge, and it will show the green bars. That means it will start charging. While the vehicle is on charging, you have quite a few ways to check the state of charge or the charging information. First way, if you're outside the vehicle right now like us, you can see the green bars. So the green bars will display at the percentage. 1 bar is 25%. If it's solid green, that means it's fully charged for this particular bar. Then if this bar is flashing, that means it's charging between 50 to 75%. This bar is white, that means it's not charged. It's not charging to the over 75% right now. So you can tell by roughly estimate based on this charging information. And if it's fully charged, there will be no light overall. So that's how to tell from outside. First way, inside the vehicle, you will have a quick display on the dashboard once it's fully connected, showing the charging information. It's on AC charge, that's the range, that's the estimate time, that's the percentage, all that things. If it doesn't display while you're outside the vehicle, all you need to do, just open the door, close the door, refresh, just like that. Second way, if you're already inside the vehicle with the keys inside and you've already sat on the driver's seat, obviously the screen will light up. Once the screen light up, you will notice the charging information, it's at 77%. There's estimated range to go. And then at the left bottom, you'll see your icon. So if it's only showing the red icon over here, this charger icon, that means the charger is connected, but it's not charging just yet. Unless it shows the green light, which is what we have right now, it means it's actually on charging right now. On the top, you'll see the charging door is open as well. So that's another way to tell the vehicle is on charge. Next, we can also see the charging information over here. So going to the charging information, right now it says it's slow charging or it's on AC charging. And this is the current or the kilowatts we're getting from this AC charger. Then you'll see the estimated charge time completion, all that things. So that's quite a few ways to check the charging information in the vehicle. And last thing, if you're not in the vehicle, you're not close to the vehicle at all, if you're in a cafe having a lunch, or if you're on your bed, you're ready to go to sleep, or you just wake up to check your charging information, you can access to the MG information on your MG iSmart app. The particular app allows you to see your charging information under the charging management system. The app is available for all the New Zealand and Australian models. Obviously, if you do wish to check the MG iSmart detail or tutorial guide, make sure you check another video on my playlist, either right now or in the future. Alright, when the vehicle is on charge, there are quite a few ways to unlock the charging. So you can do it from outside with the key and central locking, you can do it from inside, you can do it from your MG iSmart app. I'll show you different ways of unlock the charger port. First way, if your vehicle is locked and it's on charge, all you need to do, just unlock the central locking. Either press the unlock key on the key blade or press the button on the door. Once it's unlocked, the charger will be unlocked, so it's safe to pull it out. Second way, if your vehicle is unlocked and it's charging and your dashboard, everything is screen switched off. That means to unlock the charger, you just need to go to your car key to press unlock. There we go, the unlock pin is released, we can unlock the charger. And the last way to unlock using your switch is scenario when your vehicle is unlocked, but your screen will still switched on. So you didn't fully switch off the vehicle, you didn't power off the vehicle, the screen stays on. That means when you click the unlock button on your key blade, it's not going to be unlocked, it's still locked. You need to lock and unlock again. So press lock, then unlock. There we go, that's released. Alternatively, you can always press this button on your door to unlock, so to lock and unlock again to be able to release that switch. Alright, another way to stop charging is in your infotainment system. When you come inside the vehicle, obviously the vehicle is switched on, or at least half switched on without your high voltage battery. We can just go into the charging. You can also click the stop charging before you go into this menu. Doesn't matter, it's the same way. Once it's inside the charging, you can press finish charging. Just like that, the charging has been done or charging has been stopped. If you want to start charging again while the cable is connected, you can press start charging. Then it will take some time to kick back in. So that's another way to stop charging. On your MG iSmart app, you can also do stop charging from distance if you wish. And the last way, which is the emergency release on the charging port, is actually located in the boot. Behind the boot, on your left, you'll find this particular cover over here. To unlock the boot, you have to use a very sharp thing to be able to sort of pinch it open. Instead, in very emergency situation, if you do not have anything, try with your smart key, which is out of your smart key. So use your mechanical key basically. Go into it and then really hard to force it. That open, this cover will fail. Then on your right, you can touch this cover over here. That means we can take it out. So now it's out. You can pull this very hard while you are pulling the charger. So you have to pull both ways, on this towards the boot, the other towards outside to release that in very emergency situation. Obviously, hope you never need it, but it's important you can use that if you need. And this one will be using the DC charging. So make sure this is open and make sure you go to the DC charging and plug it in. So this is how the DC charging cable looks like. It's going to be a big bulky charger and it's on the heavy side compared to your AC charging. Again, it will show the blue bars over here. Then once it starts charging, it will show the green bars. Obviously yourself, you need to start the charging stations or whatever, prepaid or scan your card, whatever. This is just our charging station. We do not need to pay anything. So it will stop eventually once the charging station warm up. There we go. The charging has started. You notice this is all fully locked as well. So to stop the charging, you obviously want to go to the machine. And in this instance, we're going to press the stop. Just like that. Charging will stop. That means it's safe to unlock. While the vehicle is on charge, whether it's DC or AC, there are other functions that you can control through the charging information. Again, we need to go into the charging information whenever you like. First thing, you will see the estimated charging time. It's going to be completed by whatever. It's going to give you estimation, and based on the charging rate, you can click the icon. That means it's going to show, it's going to see the current charging current right now and request current, all that things. So the request current is whatever the vehicle can take, I suppose. Actual charging current is what's actually charging right now. Next, on the AC charging, we can also select different amps on the AC charging. So if you select the bottom one, which is actually max AC or AC current, depends on the spec you're looking for. If you select the bottom one, it's going to take whatever can be provided from this AC charger. Right now, we're getting 4.9 kilowatts from this charger. That's totally fine. Then if you do 6 amps, it's going to drop. If you do 8 amps, it's going to drop again. And if you do 16 amps, it will be a little bit faster, but it's not going to be as fast as the AC current again. So let's go back to AC current. That will bring us back to the 4.9 kilowatts. So that's really handy if you are charging the vehicle at AC charging. But if you want to equalize your charging, if you want the slow charge, you can do whatever. When you change that, you will also notice the estimate time will be different from now on. You can click the I again, that's the information. That means higher current will be shorter time, so to speak. But you can only change that while you are on AC charge. While it's on DC charge, the vehicle itself, you will use its battery management system and then combined with the charging rate you get from the charging station to sort of go fluctuate up and down with the charging information or charging current for your vehicle. Next, obviously you get the finish charging, so you can finish charging while the vehicle is on charge. Again, that can be done whenever you like, as long as you are inside the vehicle. You can also do that when you are on the MG iSmart app. Unlock and lock. So I think most of the cases you may need this is before, let's say you plug the charger in, but the charging hasn't been locked or anything like that because it wasn't charging or it's waiting to be charged. You can lock it, then go out to switch on the electricity or switch on electric, whatever, to start charging, something like that. But when the vehicle is charging, if you click this to try to unlock or try to lock, you can do that as well. So that will stop the charging or will lock the charging, whatever. Next, we can engage the charging to percentage. This particular feature is not available on the New Zealand Australian version Excite 51 kilowatts hour battery, by the way. So you can only engage this if you drive the higher spec, which is a 64 kilowatts hour or the 77 kilowatts hour. It's going to be probably much similar to other places or other countries or other regions MG4 offering. To change that, just swipe left or right to select whatever percentage you like. Let's say right now it's 90%, and that means the vehicle will start charging and it's going to stop at 90% on this vehicle. Roughly at 90%, it's going to give you 432k based on your current information. So that's quite handy. Again, if you want to charge to 100%, select 100%. On other information, you will see all these unlock doors. So once the charging is connected, it will show the green light. When the unlock, that means the locking door, the charging door is actually open. You can see the battery mode, health mode, or the long journey mode. So it just means battery health mode. If you're going to use the 64 kilowatts hour or the 77 kilowatts hour, if you select at 80%, you're going to do everyday drive. Recommended to charge 80% or keep it less than 80 or around 80%. And if you do long journey, just to charge 100%. It doesn't mean anything else, to be fair. If you click the eye information icon, you can tell the difference. Next, we can do the schedule charging, which you can find in the setting menu. In the schedule charging setting menu, you can enable and disable on the first line. And then after you enable it, you can do charging starts and charging ends. That means if I'm going to plug the vehicle at 8 o'clock tonight, it's only going to charge between 10 to 6. Then I will stop. It's only going to charge between this. If you have a low electricity plan at your place, you may want to use this to utilize or to have the best benefit or best efficiency. You see, you want to engage this before you plug into the charger, just so the vehicle will start or stop charging whenever it's finished. On the 51 kilowatts hour battery, again, you do not have this function called allow charging to continue after set time. It's only going to charge between whatever you set. But on these 64 kilowatts variants and the 77 kilowatts hour variant, you can click this icon. That means you can only select charging starts. That means I'll plug in at 8 o'clock, it's only going to charge starts at 10 o'clock, then it's going to charge whenever you stop the charger basically, or it's going to charge to 100%, then it will stop. So that's the charging time. If you do not wish to use it, just make sure you switch this off. So that means when you plug in the charger, it's going to charge straight away. And while the vehicle is on scheduled charging, or while the vehicle is waiting to be scheduled charging, it will show you the blue lights on your charger, basically. Next, discharging. We're going to do the discharging later on in another video, so make sure you check the other video for the vehicle to load function on the MG4. Next, we have the energy consumption. The energy consumption information is really just related to the vehicle consumption reading, consumption figures. Since start, you can see consumption. Since last charge, you can see the consumption. Obviously, once you start driving the vehicle, it's going to show different figures. This vehicle is just demo vehicle, has been on the yard for the last few hours. Energy flow, while you're driving the vehicle, you can see the energy flow, sending power to the wheel or sending power back to the battery whenever you like. So you can see that. And current energy consumption, again, it's going to fluctuate, show you different information. Next is the intelligent battery heating. So you can enable that or disable it whenever you like. This function may not be useful in Auckland, around the Auckland area, but it will be useful in cold weather. So if you're living in a very extreme cold weather and the temperature is really low, let's say -10, -15 degrees, something like that, before you go into a charging station, you want to enable this. That means by the time you drive to the charging station or the high voltage charging station, DC charging station, you can start charging at higher rate as the battery has already been, heated up before you reach there. But most cases, you don't need to engage this because while you are using this function, the vehicle battery will use a little bit more consumption to heat up the battery itself. So enable, disable whenever you like. But in most cases, you do not need to use that, at least for Auckland weather. While your vehicle is on charge, even if you're inside the vehicle, you press your foot on the brake, don't worry, the motor will not be switched on at all. That's just related to the vehicle battery, so the high voltage battery is always shut off. And you cannot engage the vehicle into gears at all, because it's not simply safe to do so. That will say, you cannot go into drive, so to speak. It's always permanently stay on park, because the vehicle is still on charge. So there's no risk of getting the vehicle or running the vehicle or something like that. Don't worry, even if your screen is fully switched on, it's not going to drain the high voltage battery. It's only draining the 12 volt battery, but the 12 volt battery will still powered by the high voltage battery, so to speak. So it's impossible to run on the 12 battery if you're just waiting for charge. That means you can watch a movie on here using that video function with the USB, or you can do all sorts of things when you are in the vehicle waiting for the charge. The aircon is also fully pumped as well, so cool and hot will be no problem running through this particular system when the vehicle is still on charge. Alright, this is getting late. This is going to be the last part of this particular video where I'll go through the charging time for each particular variant. I'll separate this in 3 parts again. The first part will be 51 kWh battery, second part will be the 64 kWh battery, last part will be the 77 kWh battery. First one, the 51 kWh battery. So if you're using the trickle charge, the 10 amps charger come with the vehicle through your household 3-pin in New Zealand, Australia, you can charge the vehicle from 0 to 100% in about 25 to 30 hours. It's going to take quite long because it's the slowest to charge and it's only going to give you 10 amps. In theory, it could reach about 2 kilowatts, but could be somewhere around 1.5 to 2 kilowatts of power every hour. That means 25 to 30 hours. If you're using the 7 kilowatts charge hub provided by MG or any other brands, you can charge the vehicle up in about 8 hours or even less than 8 hours from 0 to 100%. And it's only going to support single phase on the AC charging. If you're doing DC charging, the max speed is going to be around 88 kilowatts top. That means at the faster charging rate from 10 to 80%, it will take around 40 minutes or under. This depends on your charging rate and all that things. Even if the max kilowatts is around 88 kilowatts, the charging rate will drop down It depends on how the vehicle state of charge is. Let's say if it's over 50%, the charge rate may drop to 50 kilowatts or 40 kilowatts. If it's over 80%, it will drop a lot down. It will drop a much slower charging rate. And for the 51 kilowatts, because this is LFP battery, you are totally fine to charge to 100% if you wish. Next is about 64 kilowatts hour battery, which is available on the Excite and Essence spec. They come with the identical battery and same performance as well. So in terms of the trickle charge, you can have the 3-pin household socket to plug it in with the cable provided with the vehicle. That means charging from 0 to 100% will take more than 30 to 35 hours. It's going to be very slow charge because it's 10 amps just charging port. Maximum it's only going to be around 2 kilowatts. It means it's going to be over 30 hours to go 0 to 100%. If you invest into something like a 7 kilowatts single phase charging, that means you can charge this vehicle from 0 to 100% within about 9 hours or so. These can be installed at home, obviously. If you go to a fast charging station, DC and CCS charging station, that means you can charge this vehicle at the max speed, about 140 kilowatts. That means from 10 to 80%, it's only going to take around 30 minutes. That's really fast charging. Obviously, this 140 kilowatts is not going to be throughout the charging. That will go down once you reach over 50%, once you reach over 80% as well. For the 64 kilowatts hour battery, it's NMC package. That means it's recommended to keep your charging at 80% if you are going to charge every day for daily trips. If you're going to long trips, charge at 100%. That's totally fine. And last one will be the top long range at 77 kilowatts hour battery. So if you're using the home charging trickle charge 3-pin, that allows you to charge at home. So that's 10 amps and maximum is going to be around 2 kilowatts. That means to go 0 to 100% on 3-pin trickle charge, it's going to take around 35 to 40 hours to charge to 100%. It's going to be a very long time because it's trickle charge, but it's totally okay if you charge halfway, if you charge at 20%, whatever you like. You don't have to drain it down all the way to 0. If you install something like a 7 kilowatts or the 11 kilowatts charge hub unit by MG, in 7 kilowatts charging, you can charge these fully in about 10 to 11 hours from 0 to 100%. But mostly you're not going to drain to 0, so pretty much overnight you are going to charge this vehicle fully anyway. Or if you're using the 11 kilowatts, the 3-phase charging, as long as your home supports 3-phase, these only variants supports 3-phase. That means charging from 0 to 100%, it's going to take about 7 hours or so. If you're going to fast charging station for DC charging, this supports CCS charging. In CCS charging, the max kilowatts this can take is just over 142 or 144 kilowatts. That means from 10 to 80%, these will charge around 30 to 40 minutes. But the charging rate will not always stay on 144 kilowatts, so to speak. If your charging state of charge is high, like say over 50%, it may drop down to 80 kilowatts or 60 kilowatts or 50 kilowatts. If your state of charge is over 80%, it will drop lower than that again. So that's about the charging time for all these variants. Alright, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed the channel, hope you enjoyed the contents. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like. That would be really helpful for the channel. As always, you can find the playlist down below if you wish to check all the MG4 tutorial videos on this particular channel. I will see you next one.